Golden Achy here with another Halo Infinite campaign mission walkthrough, and this is the campaign replay of missions 1 and 2, Warship GBraaken and Foundation. And what I did in the replay build was to run through the campaign real quick on easy all the way to sequence. As you can see, that's the start of sequence, and then I went back in and decided to rerun Foundation if I could ever, rerun Warship and Foundation if I could ever find it. It's there somewhere. Here we go, it's out here. Okay, now the one thing about this, which really surprised me, is it's almost like the restart campaign weapons glitch, in that I am now equipped in Warship. I'm going to reset it to legendary, and I'm going to set the skulls that I've got so far, and I also have the weapons and the capabilities and grenades that I had at the point where I was starting sequence, which is actually, to me, is kind of ridiculous, and you'll see this as I go through these two missions. In other words, I already have the battle rifle and the tank gun. I have upgraded my grappler so that I get a 40% more cooldown, and I've got my thruster pack, which I actually didn't use, totally upgraded, as well as I think one slot upgrade on the other two. So we're starting off as usual, this forced cutscene where I gotta show that I can look up, down, and sideways. Bottom line here is that I finished Warship in about 19 minutes, and this is on legendary, and finished Foundation in about 20 minutes. And again on legendary.
Now lift. Your visor feed and motor function seem to be operational. But it looks
so what I can see somebody doing if this goes into production is, especially somebody that wants to do LASO, legendary all skulls on, is they rush through the campaign on easy, gathering everything they need, the skulls and the capabilities and the weapons, and then going back in and using replay to do LASO, which gives them much of an advantage on the first two missions, as well as somewhat of an advantage on the remaining missions because they're already upgraded capability wise.
How will you get back? I'll figure something out.
Not sure whether or not I'm going to do that after this goes into production. Alright, so there's my upgrades right there. Ridiculous. Actually, I did not upgrade the, I think I might have done that in Foundation, upgraded the shield and the drop wall, because I think I had two more Spartan cores. Okay, well there we go. Don't have to be too careful with these guys. Just start blasting away. Alright, I decided, well, I'll do it the old-fashioned way with him. But for the rest of them, no. Let's just blast away. That's the downside to the tank gun, by the way. You got to jump up in the air unless you're firing up. Okay. Now here we go to the Brute Berserker. And I remember this being a real pain on straight legendary. But no, not so much anymore. Alright, again, I'm gonna use another technique that I've used before to take out at least one of the grunts in the next room, using the fusion cores here.
It's Atriox. He led the attack on the Infinity. He was looking for something. He killed everyone.
Okay, got the grunts, I think. There's always one kind of wanting to hang around. Oops, didn't realize it. I haven't used my BR, so it's already Already a full magazine. That's the other thing, I'm starting with a full magazine. Oh, there you are, little guy. There you... Oh, shoot. Gotta watch out for those containers. 3 brutes in here. I'm right here. Okay, and there they go. Now you can see why, starting to see why I can run this this mission in fairly quick order. Not too worried about these guys. I'm just going to blast away. Although he did get me that time, booger. Just hide, let the shields come back, stay away from that blue stuff, which is, I think... Oh, there go the brutes, which I think is shock. Same thing as in dynamo grenades. And up we go.
Dropships, an invasion force. How do we stand a chance against all this? The banished one already. We could be the only 2 humans left alive out here.
Then there's still hope.
Okay. This used to be a little bit... One used to have to be a little careful with these guys. But not with the tank gun. On to the next. Several brutes, several grunts. Get into the room before you jump. There it goes. Okay. Had to get him clear of his little barricade there so I could take him out. I believe I've got them all. Alright, now before I'd use the fusion core to take these 4 shielded jackals out, but one shot with the tank gun takes care of that. Splash damage. This room used to be a real pain, especially on LASO, but not so much now. Notice I didn't have to jump when I'm firing up with the tank gun. And see that I'm backing back out of the room. That's just instinct. That's old habits. Okay. I think I might have 1 or 2 more guys up here. Oh, there goes the brute. And let's see. Did I get... Oh, I got the brute, not the grunt. Okay. That takes care of them. By the way, the first skull is here, which is the boom skull, I believe. Be a little careful with that turret, that grunt on the turret. This was another room where I used to be really careful about... Oh, shoot. Time that jump a little better. I used to be really careful about these guys. Especially on LASO because they had rocket launchers. Now watch what happens here. I'm going to do a little splash damage. Boom. I blasted the container into him. Now the containers are in the way. Alright. That takes care of this room. On to the next. Alright, notice I am skipping cutscenes. By the way, you cannot melee with the tank gun. That's why I had it up. You can't throw grenades with the tank gun. That's why, I mean, I didn't have it up. Had the BR up. Alright, took most of those guys out. I really didn't mean to jump down there. Alright, looks like there's 3 brutes left. try to draw them into this area so I can take them out. They are not complying. Now when I was running LASO, I was using a rocket launcher to do this. Oh, there we go. There's somebody up there. No, he's right over there firing. I don't know why he's firing up there. Oh shoot, I hear something. Probably an audio log. I don't know if I got it in this run or not. I really don't care because this is just a test build. There you are. There you go. That might have been all of them. Not sure. Well, let's go take a look. I can definitely hear that audio log. Nope, there's somebody left. I believe... Oh, there's two of them left. Why are they firing at each other? That's really weird. Alright, they're done. Looked like they were firing at each other. Okay, that takes care of this wave. We've cleared the room temporarily. Now we got to destroy the system, if you will. Take out the two cooling towers.
There are cooling pipes running towards the main engines.
Should be a couple of...
I'm gonna warm things up.
Should have been a couple of brutes coming down. They're on the left. There they are. Oh, where'd you come from? Normally I'd use a spike grenade or fire the BR at that. A little bit easier with the tank gun.
I'm not done yet.
Well, hurry. I can see them. Brutes. The little things. All waiting. Don't let them get me, please.
There's a couple of brutes down there, plus a shielded jackal. Ugh, nuts. Again, you gotta jump when you're firing level or down, because it fires from the knees. Okay, I believe... Oh, there's somebody's still down there. But I believe I got them. The bad guys. The ones I was really looking for. Two brutes back here and another grunt. Yeah, there he is. Really easy to take him out from back here with the tank gun. Alright. That takes care of that. And let's fire the engines and blow everything up.
Okay, okay. Fire up those engines, Chief. Maybe we'll survive.
By the way, this was run on my console. I normally do my production runs, if you will, quote-unquote production runs, on PC.
He knows all about you. You need to hurry and get back here. I don't know how long this ship will hold together.
And the biggest problem we'll have here are flying containers, to be honest with you. It's very easy to take out the bad guys. Throw a grenade. That'll get things going. Yep, he's down. Again, it's all timing with that jump. There we go, got him. Now there will be one brute close up. That's the downside of crouching with the tank gun. Whoa, look out. One brute close up. He's hanging up in the air there, and two in the back with two grunts. Looks like I got both brutes. Again, I'm letting my shields come back. If I were on LASO, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Black Eye would require me to do a melee, but I could melee one of the two grunts in the next room. Those guys. But because I'm not running LASO, I'm just running a legendary, which is Boom and Cowbell. Those are the two skulls I got out of Foundation or actually Warship and Foundation. Yeah, step forward to get those containers going and then step back so you don't get hit. Alright, now it's a race to the finish. Just follow this path. Anybody that's looking just to do the mission. I'm not really going to do any of the other missions. This is more of a demonstration run here to show what happens with replay. Because the build is going to just be good through August 1st, and I'm going to get back to some of my production stuff. My next up is doing the full campaign with cutscenes on Heroic, just because it gives me something to do. And I haven't really decided how I'm going to approach LASO once this kind of stuff goes into production. Probably the same way. I mean, I already have all the skulls, so I wouldn't be doing the run for the skulls. I'd just be doing the runs for the Spartan cores and tank gun to level up my capabilities, if you will. And we'll see in the next mission coming up here in a couple of minutes or so, we'll see how the tank gun really helps in Foundation. Okay, they're done for. Okay, this will be the final cutscene for Warship GBraaken, but you can see how easy it was, even on Legendary, with a couple of activated explosive skulls, to run through the thing. So, I mean, 17.5 minutes to get to the final cutscene, if that. Maybe more like 17 because we had the initial setup screens. And I think I did it in LASO around 30 minutes. In Heroic, maybe a little bit less than that. But I've also included, as my initial screen shows, I've included Foundation in this run, or in this video, so that'll be coming up momentarily. And you'll see what happens after we finish one mission. Here, it immediately goes and asks you if you want to replay the next mission. And if you cancel out of that, then it takes you back to the mission that you're running when you started replay. And you can replay any mission that you've already completed. In other words, I could have gone back in and said cancel, gone back to the start of sequence, and then picked another mission like, oh, I don't know, excavation site. But here, I said, yes, I'm going to replay Foundation. And, of course, I'm going to skip the cutscenes. And first up, boom, there goes the Elite with the tank gun. Now, even though I have 40% cooldown on my grappling hook, I am terrible at grappling. So unless I had instant cooldown, I wasn't going to try some of the stuff that I did in LASO, which is to skip all this. But with the tank gun, it really doesn't matter. I mean, these guys are toast. They have no chance. fact, I might even try to blow up the phantoms here, like that. Okay, I'm looking around, seeing if those guys... Oh, I think I took out the 2 brutes. Yep. The brutes are toast. A couple of grunts down there. And we're going to come over here, and there'll be another phantom coming in. Got to be a little careful here, because the phantom will fire at you. So while I'm waiting for the phantom... Yep, yeah, the phantom's firing at me. This is going to drop 2 brutes. And I wasn't quick enough there. Oh, that one takes 3 shots. Oh, there it goes. But the brutes are down. One of them's, that's a chieftain, I think. He's got a thruster pack. And I think I just took him out. And there's one grunt way back there. So I'm just casually taking all these guys out. I don't have to rush. This is not a speed run. I would definitely have different tactics if it were.
Clinging to life somehow.
Cleaning up the bad guys.
Each ring is different. I see an entry point in the wall ahead.
Get in there. Find this weapon. Then we can go.
Now the routing I'm going to take is similar to what I would do without the tank gun.
You really pissed them off back there.
But it's a lot easier to accomplish thanks to the infinite ammo that I have in the gun. Now here I would have thrown a grenade with these guys right here coming up. I got to be careful, don't jump off the platform there. But you see what I did there, I just took them out with the gun. Took these guys out with the gun. Took those guys out with a gun. That would have been a fusion core thrown at them. Alright, 2 brutes down here to deal with. One's down. 2's down. Okay. Now this is, again, this is a routing I would normally take. Now if I was running LASO, I would be skipping this area entirely. I would basically be grappling along the walls. Now, I would have been your daddy's skull is supposedly gives you some really interesting dialogue, but I have found just running these runs that the dialogue from the grunts, for example, are pretty interesting in themselves, even without I would have been your daddy. Okay, that takes care of that. Had a couple of grunts, a couple of shielded jackals, and a couple of elites, but they're done. They're toast. On to the next. Alright, just gotta be a little careful here. Just run and jump, run and jump, run and jump, run and jump, and come on up. Not much needs to be said here. I know where the bad guys are, so I'm just firing just to clear them out. So as I clear out the lower level, I will come up a little bit, see if I can clear out the upper level. There's one guy down. There's 3 elites and a couple of shielded jackals up there. Now this build also is a test for co-play. Problem I've had with it just is basically the times that I'm on. My friends that are in the insider build or can have access to the insider build are not on, and that's just a matter of when I can play. And even I've gone to the recent list and nobody's online, so I decided to stick to the campaign solo and see if I can find stuff that of interest or of concern. And actually I think what I'm doing here is, to me, is of concern.
Crazier than I imagined.
I shouldn't be able to go back in with more power than I'm supposed to have to replay a mission.
I don't.
And that's what's happening here.
I hope this weapon of yours is worth the risk. I'm reading multiple enemy ships heading this way. Too many.
I haven't decided whether I'm going to continue all the way through the campaign before it terminates on August 1st. But I have already found a couple of little problems. For example, Inspire.
You do that.
When you get up to the top and Adjutant Resolution weaponizes himself, unless you allow him to fire at you before taking him out, you can't take him out.
How would you live your life differently? How would you live your life differently?
I actually have a video of that. I don't know if I'm going to bring it up and comment on it. But it was pretty easy with the tank gun to take him out,
It's dust and echoes.
or to try to take him out. But as soon as he equipped himself, I fired,
They run out of power.
and I was able to get his shields about 2/3 of the way down, and then it got stuck. So I restarted from the last save point, same thing. Restarted from the last save point, same thing. Restarted the mission, same thing. Restarted from the last save point, and finally I decided to see what would happen if he fired at me. He fired at me, I fired, and I was able to take him out. And that I see as a glitch. That would be a major issue if you're trying to do this on LASO when you don't have any shields, or your shields are down, or he takes your shields down. Anyway, we'll just keep going here.
There's something.
Other than that, I mean, the campaign looks the same. It appears to me, now this may be something just console related that I didn't see on the PC, but some of the video on the tac map, if you will, the tactical map, seems to be a little bit better. That may be part of the test build.
These are the banished.
So we're just blasting away here. Again, I know where these guys are at because I've run these missions a number of times.
Well, an array of
I'm
sensors.
actually in my third LASO run because the headmaster achievement won't pop, and I think that's part of the 2.0 update issue. Okay, sniper, there he is. Okay.
Look, over there. That's the source.
The bridge is out.
Yes, it is. Maybe there's a way to power it back up nearby. Maybe even another Cortana model evolves and lets them. Right.
The one thing I may do is go ahead and go through the campaign, get in to finish the fight, and go ahead and get all the skulls so I could start doing LASO runs again and see with my on replay with myself powered up like I am that I can whether or not it makes the LASO runs easier. That's something I'm kind of thinking about. I got a couple of weeks to do that.
We need a route out of here.
Actually 2 weeks exactly.
Okay, let's see. There's a breach close by.
Alright, now if I were running LASO, I would be skipping this by grappling across this gap, attaching myself to the the tower thingy on the left there, or the support on the left, and going across.
We've got company, Chief. Meet me at the plinth up ahead.
But don't need to. With a 40% cooldown, it is a bit problematic. I know that I've seen Mythic Tyrant do it, but again, I'm not that good at grapplers, so I'll just do it the old, good old-fashioned way, and blow them all up. The nice thing about the tank gun, of course, is I can take all these guys out from distance, as long as I have a clear line of sight, or they're close enough to a structure that I can get splash damage. I think I got a grunt or two. Well, no, shielded jackal, and I think there might be a brute behind there somewhere. Yeah, I can hear the brute. Where are you, Mr. Brute? Oh, there goes the brute. I think I got them both. One direct hit and one splash damage. Now there's somebody still there. Yeah, the brute's down. Where's that guy? I saw it. Oh, he's right behind me. Two brutes. Okay. We'll deal with the second crossing here the same way.
Wow, you got here fast.
Again, if I were running LASO, I would skip this by going across the supports, grappling across using the supports. But not so much here. That one I can just blow them all up. By the way, there was a turret back there that I took out. That is problematic in this part of the mission. First thing you want to do now, if you're just doing this with like a BR or something, or a carbine, you would be taking out the those banished that were getting on the turret, and it's like a magnet for them. You shoot one guy off, the next guy gets on. Sort of like Shutdown in Halo 4. Which made that mission a little bit easier. Oh, that's the first grenade I've seen. Okay, that wasn't too tough. Just got to stay out of the way of the grenades. And again, I have Boom and Cowbell activated, so the explosive range and characteristic of explosions is greater. Okay, that guy was pretty easy. Now we're into the almost to the final room. I'm actually going to use my BR for once to take that guy out. No big deal.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
We got to get ourselves a power seed.
Powered up. We need to find a way to bring it back online. This object, it's part of the ring's life force. It's called a power seed.
Okie doke.
All space.
Alright, now we're getting close. We got one more dead Spartan to check out. I can't remember whether it's the thruster pack or the drop wall. I think it's the thruster pack.
Chief, stop. How is that a Spartan? We need.
Yeah, we cannot avoid this. We don't want to avoid it.
She was carrying an enhanced shield.
Okay, shield module. Alright.
Let's see what I can find out about her.
Oh, this is the first one. Okay, never mind.
Processing. This is Spartan Bonita Stone, recon specialist. Her vitals.
The next one we will find will be up in the tower
Stronger.
with the
Single strike. She never saw it coming.
with the whatchamacallit, the threat sensor. There we go. Okay. Now we're in the final room,
That elevator
or we're
should take us
starting.
to the surface.
I'm actually going to use the BR again, I think. Yep. Because I got 2 Jackal snipers. There's one. And across the way, there's number 2. And they're down. And then back to the tank gun. Now, for those that haven't played much or if at all with the tank gun, one of the things you need to make sure you do, especially when you're grappling, is switch over to your other weapon. Ooh, boy. Now that's the difference between legendary and the lower levels, is that they can put combined fire on you. Lower levels, you don't really see that. Now they spread out a little bit. Again, this is a good weapon from distance. But what I was going to say is that if you grapple, you can actually pick up another weapon. And if you got the tank gun equipped, and once you pick up that other weapon with a grapple, you've lost the tank gun for good. Now, for those that don't care about going through with a 0-death run without, you know, saves and resumes, you can always go back to your last checkpoint. Immediately go back to your last checkpoint. And end game, then load game, it'll be your last checkpoint. And hopefully you'd have it back. But what I do, and I've got ingrained into my routines here, is that when I grapple, I switch weapons. And I just did it again. That's why I do it. The only time that I won't do it is that if it's an emergency, I got to get the heck out of Dodge in a hurry. And even then, I'm a little concerned about it. So now here I am, just taking out the last of the grunts and jackals. And you can see the little diamonds on top of their heads. That tells me I'm... Ooh, that was a good shot. That tells me I'm down to the... Actually, I think I'm down to the last 2. Now, if I were not running this with the tank gun, I would have used a strategy that would include taking all the available fusion cores, piling them up in a certain spot, and using that to help take out Tremonius. That I demonstrate that in my heroic run. Not really sure when I'm going to have that put together. It'll probably be a couple of weeks. Depends on how much effort I put into this.
I was stuck in that room for 6 months, surrounded by them. Let's just say they talk a lot.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is insert a power seed, which will get the supposedly get the elevator active. And what I'm going to do here is use my strategy that I used in my LASO run. You can see me looking back there. Just immediately get back down here, because he is a big nasty. Wait till he comes down. Fire the tank gun. Notice his overshield's gone. Gotta be a little careful, because he can get you with that Hydra. 3 shots with the tank gun, he's down. So now all I need to do is take out my shielded jackal buddies, which I just did, and that's it. Easy peasy. So there you go. I've gone through Foundation, way overpowered thanks to campaign replay. I don't know if that'll be the way it goes when it's in production. Something I'm going to have to think about and deal with. But that's it. There's no real need to go on any further. I just wanted to demonstrate how easy those 2 missions were on replay when you're overpowered. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps. This is Old and Achy signing off. Take care, everybody.